Hello and welcome to the 9 p.m. daily quiz. I hope all of you are doing good. I welcome you all to this session where we discuss the most important news stories from the prelims examination point of view by taking these articles from the newspapers, converting them into prelim specific questions. If you are new here, I would urge you to hit the subscribe button. It would really help us to increase the reach of such videos and let other aspirants also take advantage of this. Apart from this, I also have my own app on the Google Play Store where I run multiple other courses, including the PSIR test series and PSIR live optional classes. If you have PSIR, that is Political Science and International Relations, as your optional subject, do consider joining that. You can download the app. The link is in the description of the video. There are many other programs as well, such as the personal guidance mentorship programs for the mains, answer writing, and for prelims examination as well. Let's begin with the first question then. Consider the following statements with regards to enemy property in India. Number one, Enemy Property Act 1968 defined enemy as a country and its citizens that committed external aggression against India, that is Pakistan and China. Second, these properties are of those left behind by the people who took citizenship of Pakistan and China after leaving India during the partition and after the 1962 war. Third, the law provides that after the death of the owner, the enemy property shall be transferred to a legal heir or successor if he or she is a citizen of India or citizen of a country which is not an enemy. Means, if let's say the property is owned by a Pakistani, that person dies, and the successor of that is an Indian person, so the property will go to them. That is what the statement says. Consider these statements now. Now, enemy property is an interesting and important topic. It is important because recently the property owned by the family of Parvez Musharraf was on sale in India. That is why enemy property has become relevant. With that in mind, first and second statements are true. The third statement, however, is wrong. The amended law says that even after the death of the rightful owner of the property will not be transferred to the legal heir, even though the legal heir is not an enemy anymore. The property will still remain with the custodian of the property. So the government appoints the custodian and the property will remain under his or her control only. It will not be transferred to anyone. So the answer thus is B. Out of the three statements, only two are correct. That is the first and the second one. This is an article in the Indian Express newspaper about enemy property in India. It's a very interesting and important article. Do read that. As you can see, parcel of land in western UP that belonged to family of Parvez Musharraf and his family is up for sale under Enemy Property Act of 1968. Next question number 2. Which of the following best defines the eye condition presbyopia? 1. A condition where eyes gradually lose the ability to focus on nearby objects. Second, where the eyes gradually lose the ability to focus on far off objects. Third, when the eyes suddenly lose the ability to focus on nearby objects, or when the eyes suddenly lose the ability to focus on far off objects. Which of these is presbyopia? It is in the news because a recent drug that has been given approval to be launched in the Indian market is a drug that claims that it will be able to reduce the dependence on eyeglasses for those people who are suffering from this particular disease. So there have not been any such eye drops so far that claim that they will be able to remove your spectacles, but now this particular medicine is claiming to cure or at least help with presbyopia. What exactly is presbyopia out of these four? The answer here is first one, that is A. It is a condition where the eyes gradually lose the ability to focus on nearby objects. As you can see, this is the article in today's Indian Express. The eye drop is called Presvu. This eye drops will reduce dependency on reading glasses. It has been approved by the Drug Control General of India. The new eye drop has been scientifically developed to reduce the dependency on reading glasses for individuals affected by presbyopia. Presbyopia usually starts to develop around the age of 40 years. Next, question number 3. Consider the following statements with regards to High Ambition Coalition. 1. It was launched in 2019 by Costa Rica, France, and Britain. Second, It aims to promote an international agreement to reduce at least 30% of the world's land and ocean by 2030. Third, India has not become a member so far. How many of these are correct? Now, this is important. This is in the news because for the first time, the countries are discussing having a legally binding treaty to reduce plastic pollution, which has become a big menace around the world. With that in mind, the countries a few years back started or launched something called the High Ambition Coalition. Over 100 countries have joined it so far. The idea is the same, to take effective steps to tackle pollution around the entire world. First and second are true. The third statement is wrong. India actually became a member in 2021. So since 2021, India is a member of the High Ambition Coalition. Thus, the answer here is B. Two of these three given statements are correct. India is a member. There's an article from today's newspaper which says that as per a recent report in the Nature Journal, India generates the highest plastic pollution in the world. India contributes about one-fifth of the global plastic pollution, which is a big cause of concern. Now, the interesting part, as per the report, is although the richer countries produce more plastic, but they have effective capabilities to tackle that plastic waste as well. So, plastic pollution as such is majorly a problem that we are seeing in the developing world, that is, in the global south. Next, question number 4. Consider the following statements with regards to cyclones. Number 1. The North Indian Ocean is the least active region of the world's oceans vis-a-vis the number of cyclones. Second, Indian Ocean is unique because it has oceanic tunnels connecting it to the Pacific and the Southern Oceans. The Pacific Tunnel brings a significant amount of warm water every year in the upper 500-meter, while Southern Ocean Tunnel brings in cooler water below 1 kilometer. Third, the Arabian Sea warms rapidly during the pre-monsoon season as the sun crosses over to the northern hemisphere. How many of these are correct? This is a core geography question. If you read about cyclones and the role that is played by the ocean and the sea, you will be able to answer this easily, especially with respect to India. North Indian Ocean, yes, it is the least active region in terms of number of cyclones that it generates. Second is also correct. There is a very interesting phenomenon of oceanic tunnels in the Indian Ocean that transfer warm and cool water at different layers. Third is also correct. The Arabian Sea warms up rapidly because the sun crosses over to the northern hemisphere. The answer thus is C. All the three given statements here are absolutely correct. This is the article in the Hindu newspaper today about why there are uncommon, or why the cyclones in the Arabian Sea are uncommon but not as less frequent now as they used to be earlier. Next, question number 5. India has recently commissioned the Maritime Rescue Coordination Center built with $6 million US for which of the following countries? Bangladesh, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Mauritius. So in which of these countries India has recently built their Maritime Rescue Coordination Center? The answer here is C, Sri Lanka. It is with in Sri Lanka rather, where we have commissioned this. It was recently inaugurated by our Foreign Minister, Sri S. Jaishankar. He was in South Africa a few weeks back and he unveiled this Maritime Rescue Coordination Center. To end the session today, again, I have an important infographic to share with you. This infographic gives us the information about the recent next-gen reforms introduced by the government of India. All these examples can be quoted in the mains answers. For example, the government is looking to adopt more technology to speed up digitalization of the economy. The government has also brought in the Jan Vishwas Bill 2.0 to improve the ease of doing business. The government is looking to incentivize and implement business reform action plans and many other initiatives taken by the government of India on ground to improve ease of doing business in India. This was our session for the day. If you found something new and helpful, do hit the like button and share it with the other friends as well. I'll see you tomorrow for the next session. Have a good day. Bye bye. Jai Hind.